Hi there again, Year 6. In this video, video number 2, I'm going to talk you through the second part of today's Destination Reader lesson. Still working on this same document, Destination Reader, 1st of February. You should have just had a go at the warm-up task where you wrote about a meaningful object, just like Sita Brahmachari recommended. Now we're going to look at the key vocabulary for today's lesson. First of all, we've got the phrase to clam up. Clam is a mollusk. It's a creature, a living thing, and it's kind of divided. Its shell is divided into two equal parts. If they close, they're very hard to open. If we clam up, that's an expression. It means that we become silent suddenly, and it's usually used if someone's embarrassed or nervous. You just say, "I suddenly just started to clam up." Secondly, we've got the phrase "lose the will to live." People often use this when they're exaggerating to describe an extreme feeling of boredom or hopelessness or despair. Oh, this meeting I'm just losing my will to live, someone might say. Lastly, we've got the phrase doodler. A doodler is someone who doodles. If you doodle, you're drawing pictures or patterns kind of absent-mindedly, like without thinking, just drawing off them maybe because you're bored. Now, here's the first part of today's extract. This chapter begins with Mira's diary. She started keeping a diary for Pat Print, okay, as part of her writing club. I'd like you to pause the video, have a read over the first part of her diary, then we're going to answer this question. Okay, our question is, in the paragraph beginning, okay, here goes, what does Mira think of her own appearance? When we're answering a question like this, first of all, we have to find the right paragraph. It starts with okay, here goes. So look through until you get to those keywords. However, the question is about the whole paragraph. What does Mira think of her own appearance, so how she looks, in this paragraph? Now here she says quite a lot about her own appearance. So there's quite a few sentences. She says she's not tall or small. She's neither skinny nor plumpy. She has long, dead straight black hair. She has dark brown eyes. She has brown skin, but she says it's not dark enough to hide when she blushes. She says when she looks in a mirror, she doesn't love herself, but she doesn't really mind how she looks. She also says that her nan would call her a beauty. But she also says she would, wouldn't she? Almost like, well, that doesn't count because, your grandparents always tell you you look nice. This tells me that Mira maybe doesn't think too much of her own appearance. She says, I would say I don't love myself. So maybe my answer to this question would be, Mira doesn't particularly like her own appearance. In fact, she says, I would say I don't love myself. However, she doesn't particularly dislike her own appearance either. As she says, I don't really mind how I look. So maybe she's not someone who's particularly confident about how she looks, but also she doesn't really hate her appearance. Now, I'd like you to read through the second extract here, and I've got a very similar kind of question where you have to find the right paragraph and then sum up how Mira feels about something, this time about speaking in class. So pause the video, have a good read through, find the paragraph beginning, like I said, facts are easiest, and can you answer that question? You'll answer the question not here, but on the final page, the selfie page. That's question number 1. How does Mira feel about speaking in class, according to her words in that particular paragraph? You could start off with, I think this character, and then explain why using because. Question 2 you need to explain. It's really an opinion question. Write down one other character who you think is important to Mira and say why you've chosen that character. How do you know that person is so important to her?